A year ago at this time, you and your teammates getting ready for your first season under Coach Brown. Can you describe how much different the atmosphere is since at least half of you, or a little more than half, have a year under your belt? You know what he and his staff want?
Well, I think for us, we've become more mature and just having another year under our belt, period. And now that we've been with Coach Brown for 2 years, we know what he wants. He kind of knows what to expect out of us, and everything is kind of working real well. Out
of the returning guys, who looks the most different since last year? Who's improved the most or changed the most?
I would have to say Ryan Manuel. I think, last year he was asked to kind of be a point guard. He might have not been as comfortable with it as he is now, and I think he's made a lot of strides from last year.
Last year you had 5 guys on your team who played 32 or more minutes. And Coach Brown has talked about, with all the talent coming in, the transfers who sat out last year and then also the newcomers, he'll be able to cut everybody's minutes down. Mm-hmm. How will that benefit you guys the most?
I think it will benefit us a great deal. If you remember last year, we will always be up and kind of in the first half, and the second half come around and we would tank. And I think this year, obviously, it'll be different.
With all that increased talent and athleticism and depth, is the difference going to be more visible on the offensive end or defensive end?
I would say both. Now we have Nick Moore, who's a great point guard and can get everyone involved. And on the defense end, with Yannick, he blocks shots. And with Marcus, on the defense end, is a great guy also.
All right, you mentioned Nick Moore. Last year, Nick Russell and Ryan Manuel sort of manned the point. And Coach Brown talked about them, what a good job they did, but said there weren't really true point guards. Nick Moore, true point guard. What's the biggest impact he'll make running this show?
He's a great teammate. He has a great feel for the game. Playing with him, he always sees the open man, and he's a little fiery guy. And he kind of, gets everybody else where they need to be.
You hear coaches and players talk about you can practice all you want, but you're never really into the flow until you start playing games. You had 3 guys who practiced with you all year last year and have been waiting for their chance in Marcus and Nick and Crandall Head. How close are they to being as game ready as you and Jalen and Cannon and the rest of the guys coming back?
I think they're ready now. In the scrimmage games, I think they fit in real well, and they're going to help us a lot this year.
Shooting guard, you got 6, 7 guys who can play that position. Are there enough balls to go around? How do you balance the minutes with that many guys capable of playing that position?
I think it's just everyone happen to be happy for their teammates when they get their chance and get caught upon to be ready to step in and do what they're supposed to do.
Last year, so much of what you guys did on both the offensive and defensive end was focused on the perimeter. Now you add Marcus Kennedy, now you add Yannick Moreira. What's the biggest impact those 2 guys will have, adding that much size and two new post players?
On the offensive end, Marcus is probably one of the most skilled guys I've ever seen play in the post. And on the defensive end, Yannick Morrow, he's a beast. He blocks everything, he challenges everything, and that's going to help us a lot.
Is the excitement level right now more focused on the season as a whole or opening up against TCU Friday?
I would say both. It was crazy because I went to study hall today and I seen a huge line parked around the corner trying to get tickets. And for me, being at SMU, that's the first time I've seen anything like that.